Mayday, mayday. We're going down.
In a world on the edge of the galaxy, one person crashes down and must survive giant robots and other things that are scary and terrifying.
In the Deadeye.
In the Deadeye. We'll be playing and reviewing the Deadeye. Hi, welcome to Zarnia for Games and Geekery, and here we are zooming in on the games part of that title. I'm John Keevy, and with me is
Adhil Patel.
the games guru.
That's me.
That's you. Great. Well, we're off to a great start, at least. We are going to be playing an awesome South African game called Deadeye. Bum, bum, bum.
The Deadeye.
The Deadeye. The Deadeye. Adhil, you had some involvement in this?
I did. So I was involved in developing it, so helping to play test and sort of fine tune the game a little bit.
All right, and right now you're going to be play testing it on me because I've never played this game before. You've briefly explained the rules, but what makes this game interesting is that it's actually a solo game, right?
Exactly. Not that many games these days get released that are only played solo. And so this is one that is going to be interesting for us to film, but basically you're going to be playing it on your own, and it's a kind of a run. So you run through the game. You either going to succeed or fail. The theme is really interesting. You're on a sort of a post-apocalyptic planet.
Okay.
And you've crash landed on the planet and you're trying to get to the safe haven.
All right. So it also sounds like a lot, like, as you explained it to me, that this is kind of like a roguelike computer game, which was one of my favorite genres. So I'm very excited to see how that works with cards.
Exactly. Not many card games that I've seen that actually do that, and very, very interesting design challenge for us as well.
Yeah, I'm sure. So the other thing that is pretty unique about this game is that it is in 3D. So Adhil, are you ready for the third dimension? All right, let's get into this game. Okay, I'm very excited. So yeah, there is a post-apocalyptic theme, and there is even a post-apocalyptic booklet that kind of gives that feeling of narration. It hangs in deep space, on the outer rim of the Call planets, at the very edge of the trade routes. And setting the scene of this post-apocalyptic, otherworldly space of robots, monsters. This is very impressive, in 3D, it really pops.
The key with the game, though, is that it's only around 15 minutes. So each run that you would do, you wouldn't have the glasses on for terribly long.
Okay, great. So, we've looked at the aesthetic. Now let's play the actual game itself. So, here's the setup. It's a simple board, right? And we've got, what are these cards that we have on the top?
So here you've got essentially your life. You've got strength cards and hope cards, and if you run out of either of these, you lose the game. So at the start of the game, we're going to deal out 5 of each, and so there's a bit of replayability. They're a little bit different each time, and then those would be added into the deck as you go through the game. And these ones are your locations that you're going to come up against, and these there are 3 chapters in the base game, and each chapter has at least 3 cards. So
because the premise is that we have crash landed on a planet. We've just got a buggy to get where we're going. So that is very important to get there. This is all based around the journey.
Correct. So at the end of each chapter, you're going to reach something which is called Safe Haven, and that's going to be essentially the end of the stage.
So let's get ready to start the game.
Mayday, mayday. We're going down.
On a barren landscape, they begin at the beginning. All right, so we've started our game. Before I do this, what do I do?
The first thing we do is we're going to look at the first chapter card.
We begin our chapter.
You can see that there's a 0 distance that you have to have traveled. That's the requirement to be able to reveal this particular one. So the first thing that we're doing is we see the wreck. And to get to the wreck, we actually have to travel 2 distance.
So we've kind of ejected from our thing. Oh, let's get back to the wreck. We've got some stuff to recover there. We can get a map there, right?
Correct. So the map would then help us with the rest of the first chapter.
All right. So we've got our goal. Let's play this game. And okay.
So to start off with, we're going to have an encounter, and we decide whether we want to press on with that particular encounter, which is tracks, which we're following the track, or do we want to evade?
Evade or press on. Okay. I think that the consequences for losing, which is this side, right? I would lose 2 hope, but I would gain 2 distance. I feel like I don't want to lose that much hope right now.
We might not be ready for that.
Yeah,
so
I'm not ready.
2 out of 5 of your hope would be lost, and so we're going to shift it to the right, and we're going to evade it. And now the only thing that counts on that card is the juice symbol. So we now have 1 juice contributing on the positive side, on the good outcome for your next card.
All right, so next card. And this is Gap, the Gap. A shortcut at full throttle. Dang, okay.
So you're trying to jump the gap with your car. It seems a bit risky, but this one does look a little bit easier than the previous one.
Because I already have a juice, right?
Correct.
Okay, I've got a juice. It'll give me 1 extra distance.
Yep.
I
think go for it.
But I only need 1 thing to face. Okay, I'm going to go for it. So I turn this one over.
Yep. It's another juice.
It's another juice. So this goes on the juice side, right?
Correct.
2 juices.
And so now we check to see if it resolves. And you see that first you check the bad side. Then we've got no heat symbols, so we're good. On that other side, we've got 2 juice symbols, which means we succeed.
Great.
So you read these from top to bottom. So the top one says that you take the first juice card and you burn it. So essentially put it in the discard pile.
One at the top?
Correct.
Okay.
The next one has another symbol on it, which says that you're going to put that at the bottom of your deck.
Cool. All right.
And then you put this, because you've now succeeded, so that says that you're going to take this as distance. So this would then go to this side, and now you've traveled 1 distance.
This target is my distance pile.
Correct.
Nice. All right, I've traveled 1 distance.
Yep.
Press onwards. Next encounter.
What have we got?
Rest.
Right, so now there's some event cards as well. So there are 2 event cards, and this is the first one. So event cards do something a little bit different. They stop the game and they help you to do other things. So the one event helps you to untap the cards that you've played, all the items. The other one is called Tox, and that's one that we're going to come up against, which is bad for you. It's not going to. It's going to.
Doesn't sound good.
It isn't good. It's quite a toxic planet that you're on. So that's the build-up of that.
Why are we even here? The things we do for. I don't know why we. Why are we
Survival.
in space? Just surviving. All right. There's always a reason.
The first one is to rest.
Okay.
Now, the rest card helps you to reset some of your items that you might have, so the parts cards. However, at the moment, we don't have any parts, so you might want to say, well, let's postpone this for a little bit and let's put it later. But there's a cost in postponing it. So when you postpone it, you need to burn 1 of your hope cards. How do you feel about that? Otherwise, we're wasting the event.
This seems really good.
I think it's going to be useful later in the game. So maybe put this at the bottom of the deck, right?
In the bottom of my deck?
Yep, and then turn over 1 of your hope cards into the discard pile.
Into the discard pile.
Now, all the hope cards actually have juice symbols. So now you're changing the mix of your deck a little bit more to the positive.
Okay, because usually they would eventually end up in my hand, but now they are gone and lost.
For now, and then once you've run out of cards in your hand, you're going to shuffle this discard pile and put it back in your hand.
Okay. All right, let's go. Melts.
Oh dear.
Oh, blistering tar.
So that doesn't look so good.
That does not look really good. It gives me 3 distance, and I am keen to. But the chances of beating it are
the
very
upside's
low.
good, yeah.
The upside is good. The cost is big. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna face it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, and I got
juice.
I got juice. Do I just keep going?
Keep going.
I got juice.
More juice. Wow. That is amazing. Okay, so you've got it. So now you've got 2 juice. That means that you succeed on that. And now you've got a distance of 4. So you can put this over here with your distance. So you've got 3 plus 1.
Nice.
And these will get discarded. So you see there are 2 discards. They go in here. And now, because you've got 4 distance, you can face the wreck. So instead of facing something from your hand, you can face the wreck so that you can try and get the map.
So I'm gonna pull that wreck.
Yep. Into the middle. And the cool thing about this one is you can't fail.
Yeah.
There's nothing, literally nothing on the fail side.
Because you would die.
Correct.
Okay. So let's turn. Ah, that's a heat.
That's heat, so it goes to the heat side.
All right, and that's also heat.
More heat. We would have expected that because we've seen a lot of juice.
Yeah, and that's a juice.
Right, so now we need one more juice to succeed.
That's a heat.
More heat.
Dang.
Wow.
This is
Kicking
actually
the can down the
that's
road
also,
here.
This is also. And that's a tox.
That's the tox event.
Coursing fire, malevolent portent.
So that one is going to make you discard one of these strength cards into your discard pile. And to postpone it, you have to lose one of your juices to do that. So we definitely don't want to do that, right? So
Yeah.
I think we're going to turn one of these
Strength
cards, we're going to put that into the discard pile, and then the tox goes into the discard pile as well.
Goodbye, tox.
So that's going to come back at some point.
Okay.
But
One.
now we need another juice.
All right. One more juice. All right.
Wow.
That's a lot
Wow.
of. This is a lot of heat. Okay.
taking
But I
over.
got juice. I got a juice.
All right, so
Nice.
now you check to see nothing happens on the bad side. On the good side, we're going to
Discard these.
succeed. Those
Yeah.
are going to get discarded. This is now an item. So
Okay.
it comes below the board. However, when you receive your items, they are going to be tapped.
Okay.
So it's inactive to start off with. And once we've rested,
Okay.
which we know is the last card,
Oh yes. I was not counting cards.
but we
You can see why I'm the amateur game player and you're the professional. You're the games guru.
we postponed that one earlier. So now we know that we're going to play it. And once we've played it, we can untap the map.
Boom.
And what the map does is that it allows us to discard cards from the top of the draw deck, which is about to become relevant for us, right? So now you've got no more cards in hand.
Yeah.
This gets discarded to your discard pile, and you're now going to take the discard pile, shuffle that.
And those?
These will stay here, unfortunately.
Oh.
So you're going to shuffle those, and you'll see that because we've put some of the strength and some of the hope into the deck,
Yeah.
some of the backs will tell you what they're going to be, right? And we know that the strength cards have heat. We know that the hope cards have juice. And so that allows you to have a little bit more information as you make your decisions.
Aha. And discarding the top of the thing will be very relevant to
Exactly,
doing that. If I want to
exactly.
avoid heat, if I want to get some hope. Okay.
Correct.
Let's
Now
do
we
this.
better brace ourselves because we know we've got loads of heat coming. Right, so we've put down the tower. We're going to have to face it, and you can see there's 5 heat here, right? So
Yeah.
this is going to say discard 3 heat, but then you get some bad stuff happening. So this card is worth a lot, but for now we can't really beat it.
Okay,
So
those
that's
are
going to go in
discarded.
there. We're going to discard one of these and one of those, and this goes on top. So the tower has a requirement, and you first check the bad side, the heat side. And because once it has 3 heat on this left-hand side, it triggers the bad stuff.
So I had leftover heat.
You did have leftover heat. And so those 3 heat contributed to the toppling of this tower, and then you lost 1 hope and you lost 1 strength.
But I get to go 5 distance?
Not right now. So it's only if you do the good stuff. But you'll get another opportunity.
See, the difference between card games and computer games is that it's much harder to cheat at computer games. But here, the only thing keeping me honest
is the
you.
referee. over here.
All right, and I know this is going to be a heat card.
You know that's going to be juice.
I know it's going to be juice.
Correct.
Oh yes, because all hopes are juice.
Right.
So
So let's see what it is. You're going to
Okay.
turn that over. Okay, that's good-ish. So that needs 3 heat to trigger the bad side, but it needs 5 juice
okay,
to take it as a part.
that's not going to happen. So I'm gonna
Good call.
press on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Skins. Okay, so that's dead.
That is dead. Right? And now this symbol says that the heat goes under the bottom of your deck.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep. And then this one gets discarded, so that goes into there.
Rad. Okay. Deep breath. I got fuel and they're equal. Let's see
Yeah.
what happens. But of course, heat is more powerful than juice.
Because it gets checked first.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right.
All right, so this is a bot. We found a little robot, and it's shooting a
Stepping
laser.
around.
I mean, they won't see it on the screen, but with these 3D glasses, you can actually see a bit of laser coming out of the front of the bot,
yeah.
which is fantastic.
Yeah. This is a very good one. Okay. So the bot
Yep, so we're going to check the heat side. There's only one and it needs 2, but on the other side it triggers, so we gain this card, and you can see there's a correct. And this will then get discarded, so that goes there.
Is that one discarded?
This one stays here.
Okay, because it
hasn't triggered yet. The leftover heat stays for quite a while. All right, so now we know this is a heat card.
All right.
And that's pretty good. So this one is a variable distance, and the distance is sort of like your victory points in the game. Right? So it's how far you're going. This one gives you +1 distance per part that you have in the rig. The rig is this vehicle that we're traveling in, right? We've already got 2 parts, so this would be worth 2 distance for us. So it could be quite a good one for us to get.
So we got droids up in the mix. Let's see. I'm going to press on.
Press on.
Wait.
No, so we're gonna face the droids, right? We're gonna try and get them.
Sorry.
What have we got? Juice.
Juice.
Cool.
Yes. Very nice. Very nice. Okay.
More juice.
That's a heat.
Heat.
Okay.
Ouch.
And that's a juice.
That's juice.
So now we're 1 for 1. What's this going to be? I don't feel confident. I'm afraid of this one.
Come on, you can do it.
Oh,
it's an event.
It's rest.
Okay, so the rest allows us to untap the bot.
The bot?
Which is good because now we can use this bot to remove some of the heat that we've got.
Oh, yeah.
Great. So we're going to discard this first. And now during your turn, before you face the next card, you can choose to get rid of one of the
Tap
heat.
the bot. Yeah.
So that's a friendly bot. And remembering that this also allows us to discard a card off the top if we want. But we think that's going to be juice.
I don't know. I haven't been card counting. No, it's Tox.
It's the Tox.
Of course. You did know that, didn't you?
I did, yeah. So
man.
So we're going to have another one of these strength cards coming in. So that's okay. I mean, we're almost there.
We're a little bit closer to death. We are running out of energy.
Right. So now we take that discard pile, shuffle it up one more time, and hopefully we're going to get some juice coming out of this deck.
Yes. Okay. Please be juice. Please be juice. I must actually not look at it while I shuffle.
Yes, try not to look. You don't want to see the symbol on top.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do this.
Juice.
No, it's heat.
Okay.
Okay.
One more time.
Oh, that's very scary.
Juice.
It is juice. Yes.
Excellent. So we've managed to capture these droids, and they will give us some extra distance. And speaking of distance, we're doing the distance where we're adding distance so that we can get to the next location.
Yes.
This one says that once you've got at least 2 distance, you can reveal this card. So we're going to show that it's an outpost. That outpost requires us to have traveled 3 distance before we can take it on. And what do you know? We've traveled at least 3 distance already. So we're going to take that on, and that's the current encounter. If we can overcome this one, then we can get the nav. However, there is already some heat on display.
So it's out.
So, well, we can decide. So if we want, do you want to try it and then it fails, or do you want to wait until you've gotten rid of this heat before we take that on?
I want to wait until I've gotten rid of the heat.
Sounds like a good plan.
Okay.
All right, so let's see how can we get rid of this heat.
All right.
Cactus. So the cactus plants.
All right.
That's probably not too bad. I mean, it's bad, but it's not not as bad as it could be, I think. So what happens here is it triggers, these get discarded, and unfortunately, we're going to have to get rid of one of our distance cards.
Do we always just get rid of the top one?
No, so we can choose which one. I think let's get rid of the smallest one.
Yes.
That's going to be...
I don't want to be set back too far.
Exactly. We don't.
All right, where does this one go?
Just into the discard.
Just into the discard. All right. Next one.
All right, so now, but remember, now that we've got a clear board, maybe we want to take on the outpost.
Yeah, I want to take on the outpost.
Okay, so let's go for that.
All right, and I cheated because I saw what this one was.
It's all right.
Yep, because it's a bad one.
Yeah, so unfortunately, it only takes 1 heat to lose this one.
Yep.
And then we would lose one of our hope cards.
Yep.
And that takes us much closer to death. We only have 2 more before we
death
lose.
calls to me. I hear it.
And we would discard this as well. But we can still take on the outpost again.
Can we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
is that just what you can do with the target cards?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And we got juice for that one. So I get the nav. Boom.
Correct. So
Tap.
we've gotten to the outpost.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to discard that one. And that is the navigation computer that you've now upgraded.
All right. To get to the next chapter, what do I need?
So to do this, we need to have the map.
Got that?
Okay, and so we've already got the map. That's our requirement. This is the mem, which means that we need at least 9 distance to be able to get there. At the moment, we've only got 3 plus 1 for each item that we have, each of the parts. So at the moment, we've got 6.
6. That seems fine.
Yeah, so if we get a couple more items, we should be good.
Nest. This one looks like a real tough one.
It does. I suggest we evade.
I'm going to evade it. I'm going to evade it. I don't think I can afford to lose hope and distance with this. I don't want to do that.
Correct.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
All right, rest is
Rest.
exactly what we need so that we
Nice.
can get our
Yeah.
parts ready.
Yeah.
We discard that.
Okay. All right. So we're kind of reaching a little bit of the end in. We're running out of strength. We're running out of hope.
We are.
We look on the distance. In the distance there is Mem. What is Mem? It looks like a dome of some sort.
Maybe a memorial.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened to this planet? We'll find our answers there. Maybe. But yeah, that seems correct. Okay. What is the flavor text?
It actually says fading memory banks winking under the shield.
Beautiful. All right. This is going to be strength, so it's going to be heat. Let's see what it is. Pile. Just because it's quiet doesn't mean it's dead, which is a weird thing to link up to the memory banks. All right, and if I do it, I get, what is this triangle?
That's -2
-2 to what?
distance.
Oh. Well, I don't want that.
No, we certainly don't. So if you fail, you get -2 to your distance.
I'm
So
definitely
you
putting that one over there.
Yeah, we don't
'Cause
want that.
What's the benefit, this thing? Untap something.
Correct. So you would
Alright.
be able to untap one of your items.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. And now remember, you could use one of your items to remove that heat if you want, because this could trigger once you turn over one of your cards.
Ooh, I'm going to take
and
the
in
risk.
fact, here's a really cool one that we haven't used yet. So you can use your navigation to look at the next 3 cards in the draw deck.
Okay, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, and then you put them back in the same order.
In the same order. Okay.
Yeah.
These are all heats. These are all scary, scary heats. Okay.
And then we can also use the map to discard one of those cards from the top of the draw
Okay,
deck.
great.
Might be a good plan.
Yeah, so we've tapped that. Let's
Yep.
tap that. Let's discard this because that was frightening me. And let's play this. Let's put this card in. Here we
Okay.
go. Boom. Oh yeah. Okay, it's bullet.
Yep.
From nowhere to nowhere, spitting fire, it hurtles on, like just a bullet train. Okay, so our nest dealt with that really nicely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we get it.
We get that item. It comes in tapped.
Mm-hmm. And this goes.
That gets discarded. Correct.
All right. I'm gonna put this on the heat. I don't know why. I think that's the right move.
Okay.
I feel like it's the right move. Just if it's not the right move, you can tell me. All right, tox. Well, that is very bad. I feel myself weakening beneath this toxic atmosphere.
Losing a bit of strength at this point, not great.
Not
We've only
great.
got one left.
If I lose that one, I'm dead.
Correct.
I die in the wastelands.
You do.
Just a rotting skeleton.
Never to be seen again.
Gross. Okay.
All right.
All right. So that's in there.
So this is probably the last time you're going to shuffle that up, right? Either we're going to be dead or we're going to reach safe haven. I haven't been much of a good navigator.
I do like difficult games. Look, honestly, if we won it the first time, it would be very bad. Okay.
Correct.
Strength. We know this is going to be heat. Not much I can do about it. That's... Okay, bandits. Speeding steel, crazed by the tox.
Bandits not so good for us.
Yeah, okay, so we've already got a lot of heat.
Oh, wait, hold on. So if we lose this right now, we lose the game.
Yes, yeah.
So what we might want to do is maybe use this to get rid of one of the heat.
I still had a chance.
Yeah,
I had
so we
given
can
up
use the-
hope before I ran out of hope.
So we can use the laser to get rid of one of the heat cards. So this is kind of your last chance, right?
Okay, yeah.
I guess we could now evade the bandits. We could say that we want to move them to that side.
I definitely want to do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I can get 4 fuel before I get 1 more of these.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a little bit afraid because I feel like we're right on the precipice. We're like, okay. Nope, wait, no. Okay, no, that's the heat, that's the heat. We are dying. We evaded the bandits. We drove right past them. They were in our rear view mirrors as we drove forward. But then there was an unbridgeable gap ahead. What are we gonna do?
Gun it! Gun it!
Just gun it! Put your foot down! There's too much heat! And zooming out, looking down on the rubble, the smoking the smoking remains of our vehicle. Once more, we had been defeated by the Deadeye. I'm really disappointed that I lost my first game,
Valiant attempt.
but I will try harder next time. I think once you really get into it, this game, it's got fantastic world building. I really just wish I was like a little bit sharper on knowing what was what going on, but that's going to come with like replay. And I really like very, very, very difficult games.
Yeah, and it does get tougher. So when you get into chapter 2, because remember this
Wait,
is
this
only
was
chapter
a-
1, so it does get tougher.
All right.
And you can play it over. You know, one of the cool things that the game does is that you can pause it as well. So you can pause it at that point and then hold over till the next time that you play.
Okay, all right. That sounds very trepidatious. I am going to be playing this a lot more. If you want to see more of us playing more games, well then just stay tuned. Like, share, and subscribe. Or if you would rather, share, like, and subscribe. Or subscribe, like, and share. It's up to you. I don't mind. Do it whichever way it makes you feel good. Adhil? Thanks.
Thanks for playing.
Thanks for playing. It's game over. It's game over, man. Game over, man!